I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason.
ABC executives are in full panic mode as Karoline Leavitt launches another lawsuit against The View. What started as a simple disagreement has now escalated into a full-blown legal battle that could end the long-running talk show for good. Behind closed doors, sponsors are already heading for the exits. We've obtained exclusive information about the shocking comments that triggered this lawsuit and why Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar might soon be looking for new jobs. The View's days are officially numbered.
Sass, like this answer about the illegal immigrants that Trump is now getting kicked out of the country.
How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals.
Speaking of Donald Trump, I was stunned and amazed by his new White House spokeswoman today. She's actually the youngest ever in that job, Karoline Leavitt. She's just 27 years old. But boy, was she giving it to the Trump haters in her first White House brief.
As far as this administration goes, I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. It started with what seemed like an innocent discussion. The View hosts were covering Karoline Leavitt's role in Trump's communication team, but what began as political commentary quickly spiraled into something far more sinister. Joy Behar crossed a line that even shocked longtime viewers of the controversial daytime show. In a moment that has now become infamous, Behar didn't just criticize Leavitt's politics or her work for Trump. She went straight for a personal attack that left audiences stunned. She's clearly a 10 in Trump's eyes, Behar smirked, suggesting that Leavitt's appearance, not her impressive Yale education or extensive experience in political communications, was the reason for her position.
You know, ABC journalists or whatever, although I have to give Peter Dutton huge credit. He does give it right back as well.
Yeah, I think this is the new era of political leaders being honest.
Dang, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage, detail. By the way, I think the way that she answered is a lesson that many Liberal MPs could learn faced by
the days of spin, of all those advisors telling our politicians.
The assault didn't stop there. Whoopi Goldberg, not to be outdone, launched into a condescending lecture about how Leavitt should actually be thanking wokeness for her job opportunities. Without all those woke policies forcing diversity hires, you probably wouldn't even be sitting in that position, Goldberg declared, completely dismissing Leavitt's hard-earned credentials and professional accomplishments. Perhaps most revealing was the behavior of the other hosts. Sunny Hostin, who regularly positions herself as a champion of women in the workplace, sat nodding along enthusiastically as her colleagues reduced a successful young professional to nothing more than her looks. Not a single voice at the table stood up to defend basic professional respect. When Leavitt later appeared on the show attempting to address these character assassinations, producers made what may prove to be a fatal error. Just as she began to respond to the personal attacks on her qualifications, they abruptly cut to commercial, silencing her defense while giving the hosts free rein to attack. Behind the scenes, the situation was even worse. Multiple production sources have revealed that instead of acknowledging their inappropriate comments, the hosts doubled down. Behar reportedly blamed producers for even bringing up Leavitt's name in the first place, showing zero accountability for her own words. What makes this lawsuit particularly powerful is the glaring hypocrisy it exposes. These are the same women who regularly preach female empowerment, who claim to champion women in the workplace, and who insist they're fighting against objectification. Yet they had no problem reducing a successful young woman to nothing more than her physical appearance simply because they disagree with her politics. While The View hosts smugly dismissed Leavitt's lawsuit on air, behind closed doors, ABC executives are in full panic mode. What started as a PR headache has morphed into a nightmare scenario that has advertisers fleeing faster than guests from a sinking cruise ship. The financial bleeding has become so severe that network insiders are now whispering about the unthinkable. The View might actually be canceled. Major sponsors who once couldn't wait to throw money at The View are now quietly backing away. These aren't just minor brands. We're talking about industry giants who've supported the show for years. They've suddenly realized they don't want their family-friendly products associated with what one executive called the most toxic brand in daytime television. The exodus has been swift and brutal. The timing couldn't be worse for ABC. This lawsuit landed on their desks right after they were forced to shell out a staggering $15 million to Trump in another defamation case. Network accountants are pulling their hair out, trying to figure out how to explain these mounting legal disasters to shareholders. One source with direct knowledge of the situation revealed that ABC executives are divided on how to handle the situation, with some advocating for drastic changes to regain public trust, while others believe that doubling down on their controversial hosts is the only way to maintain ratings. But here's what's truly shocking. The View's own audience is turning against them. Even viewers who've defended the hosts through countless controversies are now flooding social media with harsh criticism. The View's audience is reportedly turning against the show, with even loyal viewers questioning the host's hypocrisy and the show's overall direction, our source confirmed. The backlash isn't just loud, it's universal. What was once ABC's crown jewel has become a liability that threatens the entire network. Viewership has fallen off a cliff, and ad revenue is evaporating. One insider described the situation as an existential threat as ad revenue plummets and viewership numbers hit alarming new lows. The show that prided itself on provocative discussion now finds itself on life support. The hosts are absolutely terrified of Leavitt's powerful response. Why? Because it exposed their greatest weakness, their stunning hypocrisy. These women who claim to champion female empowerment were caught red-handed tearing down another woman simply because she works for Trump. Their facade has crumbled, and viewers aren't buying their act anymore. This isn't just another bump in the road for The View. It's the final chapter. After 27 years of controversial hot takes and heated debates, ABC executives are facing the most consequential decision of their professional lives. The irony is absolutely devastating. A show that built its brand on championing women may ultimately be taken down by a young female conservative who refused to be silenced. What makes this situation so extraordinary is that Leavitt accomplished what dozens of past controversies couldn't. From Elizabeth Hasselbeck's tearful exit to Meghan McCain's dramatic departure, The View has weathered every storm until now. The countdown has officially begun, and the silence from ABC speaks volumes. No public defense, no heartfelt apology, just closed-door meetings and panicked whispers in network hallways. The View's entire legacy now hangs in the balance, with Whoopi and Joy's careers potentially ending not with standing ovations, but with legal documents and plummeting ratings. Talk about a plot twist that even daytime TV couldn't script.